The last of our four major social media networks is Pinterest, and Pinterest is the most visual of all of them. Now, to get started with Pinterest, you'll visit pinterest.com, and then you can sign up with an email address and create a password, or in my case, I'm going to simply continue with Facebook. Here we'll have to approve that Pinterest can log in and access our profile, and I'll choose OK in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen to do that. Now, before we can see all of what Pinterest has to offer, we need to continue setting up our account. And the first thing that we'll do is select what we're interested in. In this case, they're going to give us some suggestions, and I'm just going to select a few so that we get an example. Once you're done, choose Follow, and you'll be taken to the next step. I'm going to choose Skip now so that we can go ahead and see everything that Pinterest has to offer. So once you're on Pinterest, they're going to offer you an overview of the software. I'm going to close that. And you'll have to go in your email and confirm it. In this case, I'm just going to show you around Pinterest. So you'll notice that Pinterest is very visual. As I scroll through here, we can see tons of bright imagery and text below each post. This is showing me things and categories that I follow. At the top, we have the search box, and here's how we can search and interact with Pinterest in an even deeper manner. So I'm going to look for lynda.com. And what's going to happen is, again, Pinterest is going to show us through the new interface. I'm just going to click Got it, so that we can explore this interface in more depth. And you'll notice that we have some options at the top. We have YouTube, illustrators, photography. These are categories that we can drill into. What we're seeing here is all of our pins. And so these are all pins that are related to or containing the keyword lynda.com. Now, these aren't published by lynda.com, but instead you can see the various users that have created these pins. And they've either pinned something from lynda.com or they've talked about lynda.com in their pin. Here we can also look at your pins or boards. So if I select boards, what we're going to see is collections of pins grouped into categories, or what Pinterest calls boards. So here someone has created a board called lynda.com classes, and in there they'll have tons of pins related to that category. And finally, the last option is pinners. If I select this, you'll see profiles that contain Lynda in their username. And here we see the lynda.com Pinterest account. So if I select this, I'm actually going to go into the Pinterest account for Lynda. So this is their business page. And here, Lynda has created their own boards and their own pins, and they're collecting likes and comments from all of the people that are on Pinterest. People can follow an account, in which case I'll do that by choosing Follow. And now we're following all of the boards and pins from lynda.com. Now, as you can see, Pinterest requires a lot of visual creativity, but if it aligns with your target market, there's a great opportunity to capture a unique audience. Now, to set up a business account with Pinterest, you can go to business.pinterest.com. And here you can choose the Join as a Business option, which will walk you through the steps of setting up a business account. Now, if I go back, one thing that I'd also like to point out is if you hover over the Tools option, you can choose Promoted Pins. And this feature is not available yet, but Pinterest is getting some paid advertising options through the use of promoted pins. So this would be much like a promoted tweet or a promoted post on Facebook. You'll create a pin, and then you'll promote it to an audience that isn't following you. If you're interested in this, I recommend that you fill out this form, leave all of your information, and then submit it. And then Pinterest will get in touch with you when they're ready to get you started. Now, Pinterest is very time intensive because you have to create content that is very, very visually engaging. Oftentimes, it's easier to perhaps explore installing the pin button on your page and allowing your users to create content for you. But I recommend that you explore Pinterest in depth to find out if similar brands are using it, what their success looks like, and if you think you can generate a meaningful ROI.